Hey, hello. And
Hello.
yes, I'm back on the Wednesday class, everyone. It's been a bit of a break. I'll take this out so I can hear Basti talking. There we go. And in fact, I think you introduced this last week, didn't you, Basti, that we've actually got a new plan.
Yes.
So hello to everyone, and I'd just like to share some of it with you. Basically, because we got some feedback saying that you would like to explore the different levels, physical, emotional, mental, and physical levels, what we've done is we've come up with a plan for going through all the elements. Hi everyone, hi Jane, Pascal, Rosso, Annette, Kim, great to see you again. So we're going to go through all the different vibrational levels. We've connected them to the in-person weekend, so those of you that are in the local community can flow into the weekend. And then once we've been through that whole cycle, we thought we'd investigate some specific health issues. So just to show you that we're terribly organized and we've got it all planned for you. Last week, Basti, we've done the introduction to metal and explored lung 1 with you. So we thought we'd go now, he's done the introduction, we're going to go physical, emotional, mental, and then spiritual aspects, and then review in the middle of October. And then we'll go into another cycle after that. So we hope you enjoy that journey. Obviously, we're going to go through the whole body each time and do the usual scanning and everything. But the next few weeks, we'll be exploring the metal element. Very good time to do it, by the way, because the autumn is the season of the metal element. It's when everything starts turning from yang into yin. And I guess the idea of it is a condensation from the heat of the summer. Everything draws in, and that metaphor of kind of things condensing into more of a structure, that feeling of a border, and also kind of valuing things. Metal is one of those strong associations. So that's what we'll be exploring. And we've got another slide, I think. Yes, so we've got the 4 levels of the metal element. And so today I've got some points for you that are good for the breathing and also for elimination and things like that. And in the future weeks, as we go through the cycle, we're going to look more at the emotional and then the mental and then the spiritual level. The interesting thing about Chinese medicine is they take that metaphor of borders and condensation and value, and they kind of interpret it on all the different levels. So we have the skin, we have the feeling of being in our body, and that's translated through the different vibrational levels. So there we go. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the next sequence of Wednesday classes. I'll just get this off the screen and we can go. Here we are. Yeah, and here we are back in the space. Time to do the scanning, and I'm going to make a theme of the physical aspects of the metal element. So as we go through the sequences and through the exercises, what I'll do is I'll make sure that we address those different things as we go along. Let's get this a little bit more. That's better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so cool. Time to find out where we're at. And that's how we do that is through the whole body scanning. So I've got my chart ready. Okay, and let's just first of all just stand and enter into the space. Just forget about anything from the outside at the moment, and we're just going to basically tune into how we are right now. Yeah, so we're just going to bring our awareness into our body. And then we're going to do a whole body scan. So we're going to relax. We're just going to bring our attention to above the head, go down through the head, through the sense organs like the eyes, the ears, the jaw, the nose. We'll come back to that later when we do some of the points today. And we're going to go through the neck, and then down through the arms, scanning internally, and then down through the torso, So we're tuning into the back and the front of the body, all the way down through the abdomen, checking out the diaphragm, very important. Go down into the hips, and then the knees, the ankles, and the feet. Okay, so now just relax. I'm going to close my eyes now and just see if I can get an overall feeling of my body energy. Just noticing if there's any areas of weakness or tightness. And then turn that into an image, and that becomes our whole body scan. Okay, so we're going to draw that. Okay, here it is. Here's my whole body scan. I really do need the Wednesday class, as you can see, most obviously from that picture. So now let's have a look and see if we can find out what's happening with the burners. Now the metal element is related to the upper burner because it's to do with breathing, so it's obviously related to the lungs as well as the skin. But as we'll find out, also connected very much with the lower burner, because the lower burner, in Chinese medicine, the kidneys are supposed to grasp the qi from the lungs, or the qi from the lungs. So we're going to do our 3 burner scan. All right, so here we go. So let's start off with the lower burners first of all. So we're tuning into this whole space between the lower back, through the sacrum, round here below the navel, this whole area here. And this is where the Jing is supposed to be stored. It's the most important fundamental area for energy in the body, according to the Chinese medicine. So it's really important that this area is as strong as we can get it. So let's just tune in internally and check that out. Okay, so we're closing our eyes, going into that lower area and getting a sense of what it's like. Again, what you should feel is definitely no cold, definitely no heat, more a feeling of kind of solidity and strength all the way from the front into the back. Okay, so that's the ideal lower burner. Okay, get a sense of that. Now we're going to move up into the middle burner. That's below the diaphragm, which is underneath the ribs here. It's this whole area that includes the liver, the stomach, the top part of the small intestine, and it goes right the way through into the lower part of the thoracic. So that's this part here. There's lots of points here that are related to the digestive system. Okay, so now if we close our eyes and compare what it's like here compared to here, and ask yourself, does it feel the same or does it feel different? Okay, so exactly what I'm going to do myself, and it definitely doesn't feel the same. Now, ideally, again, this middle burner should feel relaxed, open. It shouldn't feel tight. So you can have a little bit of a press here and just press around here. It shouldn't really be tight. You definitely don't want it to be hot or cold. Again, you want it to be nice, even temperature, and you don't really want any tension there. And the diaphragm, this whole diaphragm area is a favorite place to get tension building up. So just check that out. Okay, not too bad today for me. So I've got that middle burner image in my mind. So we've got lower burner, middle burner. So now we close our eyes and we tune into the upper burner that's above the diaphragm, the lungs and the heart. Okay, so again, ideally that should feel nice and relaxed and open. Again, not too hot, not too cold. It shouldn't be obstructed. In other words, it shouldn't feel like it's blocked when you breathe in and out. And also it doesn't want to be weak. So if you feel like you've got a weak feeling there going in there, then that's not so good either. You want it to be nice and open and relaxed, and the breath coming in nice and easily. Okay, so tuning into the upper burner. Okay, what is that like? Excellent. Okay, so now compare those 3 areas in your mind, turn them into an image, and we're going to draw them on a 3 burner chart here. And then we're going to pick which burner you'd like to work on today. We'll see how we get on. Before we do that, I think I might ask the general, because I haven't done a Wednesday class for a while, I think I might just run the, yeah, I have got a little bit of congestion in it. Well spotted, yeah, which is why I'm looking forward to today, because today we're going to do a point directly for that. So I've got a little bit of nasal congestion. There we are. Thank you, Basti, for sharing my constitutional tendency. So, yeah, I have actually had some nasal congestion. I'm taking Chinese herbs from it, from Malika, actually, Shakura's sister, right now. And it is working. I think it's loosening it up, so you can probably hear me sniffing every now and then. Anyway, let's run this. I think I'm going to run this. How are you coping? Yeah, I think I'm going to run this how are we coping poll. I'd just like to get a general feeling of how stressed you are, whether you're feeling okay, neutral, coping well, stressed, or very stressed, just to get an idea of how you're doing as a group. We'd just like to. Whoa, okay. Look, you see, we still need to do the Wednesday class. We've only got 10% of you saying you're coping well. Although, more encouragingly, we've got, look at that, we've got 55% saying stressed or very stressed. So I'm glad you're here, and we'll do my best. We'll do our best in the next hour to help you with that. Okay, so there we are. Okay, so let's find out which burner would you like to work on most today. So is it middle, lower, middle, or upper? There we go. Look at that. Middle burner takes it by quite a big margin. Okay, now if we put that together with feeling stressed, we know what we've got to do. We've got to get that middle burner released and get those emotions freed up. Get ourselves nice and grounded and connected. So we've got a plan. Here we go. Okay, so let's start off by doing some shaking. Okay, now shaking is a really good thing, especially if you've got any obstruction in the middle burner, because the middle burner is often related to stagnation, liver stagnation, which can be caused by emotional stress. So we're going to start off relaxing and opening up the diaphragm with the shaking. And this is how we do it. Feet shoulder width apart. Okay, head floating up, relaxing the shoulders. And now if you just concentrate on the middle burner and concentrate on the diaphragm, we're going to gently shake the diaphragm up and down. Okay, if you can tune in internally and really relax the diaphragm. Very good, okay? And just relaxing the whole abdominal area and all the organs, and just let the organs just freely move about. Okay, good. Now keep that going. We're going to keep that going. And now we're focusing on the gallbladder and the liver channels, actually, that go up into the shoulders and then into the neck and the head. Okay, so we're going from the diaphragm here. Open up our armpits. And then relax and open up the shoulders. You see what I'm doing? I'm connecting the diaphragm with gallbladder 21, essentially, which is a really important point for energy, moving energy downwards. So look what we're doing. We're shaking down gallbladder 21, releasing the diaphragm. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is to get deep into those hips. So what we're doing is we're releasing the diaphragm, relaxing the shoulders, focusing on the gallbladder channel. Okay, now get those hips really released and relax the knees and the ankles. Nice and gentle shaking. Okay, very good. Now, what you might feel happening is you'll feel your energy descending downwards. In other words, moving away from the head. So, and the reason for that is because gallbladder 21 has a strong downward action, and also we're shaking downwards, down through the hips, down into the feet. So we're directing the chi out through the fingers, through the feet. Okay, you can make some sounds. Keep that diaphragm, the shoulders and the hips released. And now the final part of the puzzle is the jaw. So we're going to open the jaw, relax the whole size of the head, relax the throat and the neck, and just keep that shaking going. Keep it going. A little bit more, relaxing the hips more. Relax more the shoulders and the hips. Keep that diaphragm open, relaxing the abdomen and letting the jaw relax. Very good. Keep all those joints nice and open. Okay, excellent. I'm just going to let that slow down a little bit until we're back into the non-shaking mode. Okay, excellent. And now just scan through your body again and just notice a few things. Notice the jaw's relaxed. Notice the shoulders feel a lot lower down. The main thing you're probably feeling is a relaxation here in the diaphragm and around the internal organs and into the hips. And that's a really important release for middle burner, especially middle burner stress, okay, because that's where it tends to get you. Okay, excellent. So even if you're going to do 5 minutes a day, I really recommend that you do that shaking exercise. Diaphragm to start with, abdominal organs, shoulders, hips, and then the jaw, and shake all that tension out. Okay, so now we're going to work up through the burners. The emphasis is going to be releasing the middle burner and then working on the lung channel on the physical level. In fact, we're going to work the large intestine. It's a metal element physical, so we're going to work the large intestine as well. And I'll show you some stuff for that as we go on. Okay, so you know what's going to be now, don't you? It's going to be the famous kidney one. Okay, so let's first of all tune into how we're feeling, how we're connecting with the earth. Place our hands on the lower dantian. Okay. Now, if you are feeling particularly stressed, and even if you're not, you may find that your energy is more up in the upper body and around here. And there's a lack of connection down through into your feet and down into the earth. And a lack of connection, particularly between here and kidney one. And that means you need more yin, okay? You need more yin energy to chill yourself out. So I'm just going to get my chair, which is slightly buried under a futon here, but never mind. I should have prepared this better earlier. Here we go. That's it. Here's my chair. Okay, so let's first of all activate kidney one. Feel that wonderful yin energy coming up and connecting it with the lower burner. So let's start off with that kidney one. You know where it is? It's 1/3 of the distance down the midline of the foot. We're going to place our thumb on kidney 3. That's the one just behind the ankle, just to open up the channel. We're going to relax the lower abdomen and open up the hip as much as possible. And then we're going to stimulate the point by doing some do-in. You can use flat of your hand or loose fists. Okay, there we go. And we're going to press in. Okay, here's a little hint for those of you who've got stressed and are middle burner people. We can open the foot this way and open up liver 3, which is this one right here, right here between the first and the second toes. So we can open that. In fact, I would recommend that you just massage the whole gap between the first and second metatarsal. So just move it about. You may notice that when you move the bones like this, if I can show you, like move them like this, they feel kind of stuck. And that's a real indicator that liver 3 is obstructed. So you want to just make sure that's really freed up. And then once you've done that and opened your foot this way, that moves some obstruction. Then we can again tonify that yin energy coming up from the earth. There we go, press in. There we go, lovely. Brilliant. Okay, excellent. So now let's do the other foot. Oh, gosh. Wow, I have missed these Wednesday classes. I'm so glad to be back, especially today. I just really need this. So relaxing the hip, thumb on kidney 3, lower burner, relaxed, tapping kidney 1. Opening up liver 3. Ooh. Pressing and opening it up. There we go. Get those bones moving. There we go. Maybe just a little bit more. Brilliant. Okay, excellent. Sock goes back on. And now it's the big moment. Let's feel that difference of having kidney 1 and liver 3 worked. Tuck everything out of the way. Excellent. Okay, so now we go back and stand again, just like we did about 5 minutes ago, and feel the difference. Now, look at what's happened, okay? You notice how our energy's totally dropped down, much lower down. You're aware of kidney 1. Now, if you place your hands here, you'll feel like a connection between this area and kidney 1. And that's basically that yin energy from kidney 1 going up into the lower dantian, into the lower burner. Okay, and you'll notice that, especially if you're a middle burner person, you'll almost certainly notice that the middle burner and maybe jaw tension and this upper tension has already just instantly relaxed. There's 2 reasons for that. One, because we work liver 3, which is really good for moving liver stagnation in the body. And also because the kidney yin soothes and calms the whole body. It's like the most yin tonifying point on the body. So we're in a really good position now to start working up the 2 other burners and into the head. Before we do that, let's just give the lower burner an extra bit of attention. We're going to place our hand over CB4 and CB6. That's just below the navel, this whole area here. And let's just rotate. While we're doing that though, we're opening up kidney 1, softening the knees, floating the head up, opening up the armpits, relaxing the shoulders and relaxing the diaphragm. Okay, so we'll go through that again. We're opening up kidney 1 of the feet, softening the knees, relaxing the hips. That helps open the kidney channel up in the leg. Open up the armpit to open up the channels in the arms. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Whoa, what a great feeling. Isn't that such a great feeling? There we go. Just keep that going. And then shake out. Okay, now if your shoulders are okay to do this, if there's any tension in your shoulders or it's uncomfortable, just keep doing this one. But if you can put your hands behind your back like this, we can stimulate bladder 23. That's the kidney U point. which is right on the back in the middle of the lumbar area. So it's kind of like this. And again, the same thing with feet shoulder width apart. We're softening the knees. Yeah, softening the knees, just letting the hip relax, keeping the spine floating, and we're rubbing bladder 23. Okay, very good. So the next thing is to really relax your shoulders and see if you can get that feeling of warmth going right the way through from here into the front of the body. And then what we're doing is activating the whole lower burner. Okay, brilliant. And then shaking out. Okay, let's just check in now and see how we're feeling. Pretty good. Feel that dominance of energy in the lower body. Feel that connection with kidney 1 going down into the earth. Already that's having an effect in the upper body, starting to feel much more loose and relaxed. So now it's time for all of you who voted for the middle burner, okay, which is a big majority today. So let's focus a little bit on that. What we need to do is we need to basically shift and move any stagnation in the middle burner. A really good way of doing that is with going technique along the channels. So we've got liver 13, which is right by the floating rib. So if you feel around your ribs down here, you'll feel there's like a floating rib kind of sticking out there. That's liver 13. And then we come up here, and just on the front of the body, around here, we've got liver 14. So the channel runs here. Basically what it does is it basically extends into the chest, and then it goes into the liver organ and then down the legs, okay? So let's just do this down sequence first of all, and then we'll see how we feel in the middle burner when we finish. So we're going to go tapping on the sides here near the floating rib. And we're going to go up to liver 14. Brilliant. Okay, just to get that movement of the liver chi around the torso here, around the thoracic area, and then we're going to go down into gallbladder 30. That's this really good point for releasing the hips. Keep the hips really relaxed, get right in there, and go down the outside of the legs, right down the outside of the legs. And then remember we had liver 3, so we're going to pick up from the feet where we worked before when we were doing kidney 1. Up here, up, and then we get back up to here again. And then just go around 3 times. Get that gallbladder 30 released, get those hips released. We're going down. Gallbladder 34 just below the knee is a great point again for releasing any tension or obstruction in the liver chi. Down, and up. Get that liver channel activated. Up and down. One more time. We're going to go down. And then up. Okay, that's it. Cool. Shaking out again a little bit more. Okay, now checking in with those burners. We've got the lower burner. Okay, and now feel around here. You'll probably feel like a tingling feeling, like a feeling of movement, and a feeling of kind of bubbling kind of feeling sometimes. That tingling feeling is the middle burner stagnation starting to move. Another way we can encourage that process is by doing the swinging exercise, the famous swinging exercise, which is kind of like a stretch in a way. So when we get to this point, we're stretching out the whole of the liver and the gallbladder channels. So it's a really good middle burner exercise. Head floating up, arms relaxed, relaxing your gallbladder 21 there. Relaxing your hips, softening the knees, and get that kidney 1 planted down into the earth to give us a bit of yin, kidney yin to support the yin of the liver. Basically, the yin from the earth helps cool and kind of lubricate the middle burner. So we're floating the head up, and we're going to just imagine that's twisting round. Okay, just twisting round like that. Okay, now if you're feeling a little bit weak and a little bit tired, keep it like that and focus mainly on kidney 1. Just keep the swinging quite relaxed. If you're feeling a bit tired and weak, keep it nice and relaxed and keep that kidney 1 open, because what you'll do then is you'll tonify up the liver yin and the liver blood. So that'll be like a strengthening thing for you, relaxing and strengthening. But if you're feeling really kind of wound up and really not very tired, but just kind of a little bit like you really need to release, then it's a really good idea to do it a bit stronger and to tap at the end of it. So I'll leave that up to you, depending on how you're feeling. I think I can do some tapping myself, so I'm going to do it a little bit stronger. And I'm looking round, keeping that head floating up, tapping the sides, and focusing the movement in the middle burner. So my attention is here, my attention is twisting here. Okay, very good. Then we come back to the center, shake out again, and check out that middle burner again. So we've got lower, middle, whoa, okay. So now it's not just tingling, it actually feels a lot softer to me. And that's what we want. We want that to open out and get softer. Okay, excellent. So that's the liver and gallbladder. That's one of the most important meridians for the middle burner. But because we've got the middle burner voted the most popular burner of the day, we ought to check out the other meridian pair, which are the stomach and spleen. Basically, you've got the liver meridian. The liver meridian connects with the liver, but you've also got the stomach, which connects to the stomach channel, which goes down the legs and then up into the head and the face, which we'll do later. So a bit like when we did this, we can also start here down the stomach channel. Usually what happens with the stomach energy is it tends to rise up. We're going to get burping and things like that, reflux and things like that. So if you've got anything like that, what you really want to do is get that stomach energy downwards, down towards the feet. You can do that with going by tapping down the stomach channel, which runs right along here on the outside of the abdominal wall. We go down into the hips, and then we go down the outside of the legs, front outside of the legs, down to the knee, stomach 36, and then down, right down to the feet, and then up the spleen channel, which is on the inside of the front of the legs, back up to here. Okay, and then down the stomach really again. Just below the knee, we have stomach 36. Really good point, just for tapping a bit more, especially if you're feeling a bit weak and tired, because this is one of the most tonifying points for the body, the so-called 3 mile point. Down, and we go up the spleen, down the stomach, up the spleen again, and then brushing off down the front of the body. Okay, now this is an interesting experiment for you middle burner people, because if you've got more of an effect of the first exercise, the twisting and the gallbladder ones, that indicates you're probably more a wood type person. If you get more effect from this, and we're going to check it out now, so let's just have a feel. Oh, actually, that's pretty good. Yeah, it might be a combination of the two, but if you felt particularly effective, this is probably because you need the stomach and spleen worked for your middle burner. So just something to bear in mind when you're checking out your own energy. Okay, so we have tonified the lower burner. We've connected with kidney 1. We've got that lovely rooted feeling. We've managed to release a lot of the tension in the body by shaking. And we've done a very good job on releasing the middle burner by the twisting and by the doing. So now it's time to move up to the upper burner, which is part of the theme of this in the last few weeks, because we've got the metal element. So we'll do some lung and then heart exercises, and then we'll do point of the week. And I think it's a bonus this week because we've got 2 points of the week. So we've got an extra special treat for 2 points of the week. So let's try, first of all, getting the lungs to activate. Check this out. Just breathe in normally and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, now what you can look for there is there any obstruction? Is it difficult to breathe in or breathe out? Does it feel a bit weak when you breathe in or out? Things like that. Any obstruction? Does any part of the body ache, or is there any physical obstruction around the lungs and around the whole thoracic region? Okay, and then what we'll do now is we'll do some work on the lung channel and the lung meridian, some interesting points, and then we're going to breathe in again and see if it feels any different. Okay, so let's start off with lung 1. Okay, that's a famous point, and in fact I've got the slides, haven't I? Basti would have done this last week. If you were here last week, you will see the you would have seen lung 1. So we've got the brand new slides. I'm so excited. Okay, and here it is, lung 1, right there, just 1 body inch below lung 2. So lung 2 is the one that's easiest to find because it's right on that, right below the collarbone, and it's just 1 body inch, which is the width of 1 thumb, down the crease of the front of the shoulder. So I'll show you where it is on me. So you feel here, you feel underneath the collarbone. This is my collarbone here. Okay, and that's lung 2, and you go down 1 body inch to there, and that's lung 1. But when we're doing the doing, we basically work this whole area here. Okay. We need to open this out because it unbinds the chest and it tonifies the lung chi. And then once we've got that open, we can go down the arms. Okay, so shaking out the hands, get some chi into the arms and the hands. And we're going to open up lung 1 and lung 2 area on this side. And we can make a sound if you like, as long as you don't have any neighbors that you're annoying. You can go, oh. Try and get the sound to resonate down through the whole chest. Oh, oh. And we go down. Down the lung channel to the thumb, and then we're going to come round and we got the large intestine channel. Now this is an interesting channel, especially for me, because I've got nasal congestion, because this channel goes up and it connects with the nose. So we're going to tap along this channel here. It goes up here through the shoulder, which will be featuring later on in the year or in the season when we get round to the end of next year season, if you see what I mean. In the summer we're going to do specials on different parts of the body, like shoulders, things like that. But for now, we're going to go up just to here, and we go round into the lung area again, lung 1 and 2. Down, lung 5, 9 and 10 and 11, and then back up here again. Okay, excellent. Just one more time. Keep that really open. Make some sounds. Open up this area here, right here. And then down the channel. To the lung, and then round to the large intestine and up the large intestine meridian. That's it. Okay, cool. Just feel what that's like. That feels pretty good to me. So, okay, so now let's do the other side. Oh, a little bit more congested here. That's interesting. Let's check out what it feels like. When you feel you're happy with here, I'm just going to make some sounds. You go down and then up large intestine meridian. Around. Interesting. And then we go down. This is lung 5 here. We're doing some of these points later on in the series, in this sequence. And then round and then back up. Okay. Very good. Okay, and shaking out. Okay, tuning in. Now tune into the upper burner as a whole. Probably feel it feels, again, kind of tingling and a little bit warm. That's the lung Qi going in there. Okay, and now let's just try that breathing test again. So we're going to breathe in. Okay, and breathe out. How about that? Okay, you'll probably find, like me, that it's much easier to breathe in and out. I can feel it tingling down into the thumb as well. That's the channel being opened up. Okay, excellent. So let's just do some stretches for the heart now and the heart protector meridian. And then we'll get straight on to points of the week where we're going to feature the large intestine meridian. So just do a stretch here, breathing in, breathing out, and stretching open to the middle finger. That's the heart protector meridian. Just see what that's like. It should be a nice easy stretch, not too tight, not too kind of flaccid or weak. That indicates that the heart protector meridian is in a reasonable state. Just do some dough in there. We're going to tap along here. Okay. Along here, down the middle of the inside of the arm, and around the triple heated, and up the triple heated channel, which is the pair of the heart protector. Up onto the shoulder. Okay. Now again, if you're feeling a little bit weak, and tired, or maybe I just hold all the way down. You don't have to tap. But if you're feeling a little bit more obstructed here, or maybe just feeling a little bit stronger, you can tap and just open the channel up. So just again, do what feels right to you. You may just want to hold and just tune in like this and massage the center of the palm. Yeah? Okay, let's just do one more. And this is just for those of you who, or for us, who may want to work more the heart protector part of the upper burner. Tapping along the chest here, keeping it nice and open. Very good. Okay, and then it's just brushing off and opening out, stretching the heart protector meridian. Okay, now this is the moment I've been waiting for all session, which is points of the week. And the reason for that is because we're focusing on the large intestine meridian this week. Okay, Basti introduced lung 1 last week. The large intestine channel is super useful, okay, because it runs from the head. It runs from the face, from large intestine 20, which is here, and it runs right the way down the arm, and it runs to, again, one of the most famous points in the whole acupuncture and acupressure world, which is large intestine 4. So knowing where those 2 points are really useful. This point is used for anything that's happening in the head, toothache, headaches, whatever, anything. And this point is a local point, which I really need, which is one for reducing or eliminating nasal congestion. So let's just have a quick check of the slides, which we've got all lined up for you. I'll just find them for you. Let's put them up. So we're so organized, honestly. Here we go. Let's just see. If I'm right, we should get exactly the right points. And we have. Look at that. Talk about organized. Wow, look at that. Large intestine 4, joining valley. Any problems in the head, okay? Pain anywhere in the body, that's another interesting one, and I've used that more than once. It can be coupled with, if you're interested, it can be used with large intestine 4 and liver 3 point combination are really good for pain anywhere in the body. So you can see it's really useful point. It's a distal point, which means it's a long way from the head and the body of the large intestine meridian. And you can see this is a really good diagram to show you exactly how to find it. You find it just underneath that bone there, and it's halfway along between those two knuckles. So if I show you on my very own hand, yeah, so you get the hand like this. You feel this distance here between this, like that, and it's right in there. The direction is slightly in and underneath, and it's kind of like a nervy kind of feeling. You definitely know when you've got it. It's one of those points you know when you've got it. So if it works, we should get large intestine 20 on the next slide. Let's see. Yes, okay, perfect. Welcome smell. Any problem with the nose, nasal congestion, hay fever, things like that, okay? And you can see exactly where it is. It's just either side of the nose here, right in there. And I can show you where it is on me with a close-up. So it's right here, okay? And you press directly in like that. Okay, so I thought what we do is we can do like a routine for clearing out the head. Not just because I need it, but I thought you might like to do it too. Okay, so here we go. We've got a nice feeling of strength in the lower burner, a nice release in the middle burner. Thank you for voting earlier. We've activated the upper burner using the lung points. So now it'd be a really good idea to clear out some of these yang channels, focusing in on the large intestine meridian. I'm going to put it as part of a bigger routine though, because the large intestine channel also is kind of connected to the whole front of the face as well. So we're going to tap the front of the face to start with. In fact, I can do a close up here. I just kneel here, just do a close up for you. Let's get the right distance from the camera. Something like this, yeah. Okay, so we're tapping here. This is the upper sinuses, obviously, and then tapping along here. This is the lower sinuses. Also, if we tap here, we start to activate the gallbladder and the triple heater channels, which we can extend around the sides of the head. Going back to tapping here again. Okay, so now let's activate large intestine 20. We're going to shake our hands out. Okay, you can use the middle finger, place it on large intestine 20, and then we're going to open up the armpits and imagine our Qi extending into the point. So you imagine energy coming down your arm and like a laser beam coming out of your fingers to activate the point. So it'll be something like this, look. Relaxing, aligning, activating it with extending your Qi or your energy through your fingers as deep as you can. And if you get it right, I can just feel it now opening up the whole of those sinuses here. I can feel it kind of creeping up here, the action point. If you got it, excellent. Brilliant. So now let's squeeze underneath here. There's also stomach 3, which is another very useful point, by the way, for nasal congestion. Wow, it's really working. I'm going to have to blow my nose. Sorry, it's just working so much. There we go. I've got some tissue with me. Wow. Okay. Massive clear out there. There we are. Much better. Okay, so I'm squeezing down here. Oh, marvelous. Okay, excellent. And now we're going to go down through the jaw. Middle burner people, watch out. This is a really important place to release the middle burner, the whole jaw and digestive system. You've got stomach channel points, you've got gallbladder points, all going down there. Oh, I can breathe. Very good. Okay, so now we're going to clear that out and we're going to extend that down into the neck before we go down into the large intestine channel and activate large intestine 4. Okay, so once we've done this, we're going to work around the face a bit more. It's a very good idea to work around the jaw here. You see, I've got my fingertips around the base of the teeth. That's where the stomach channel extension runs. And when you get round to here, around the jaw, just make sure that you're not holding any tension in the jaw like this. Okay, so one of the really important places to release tension. Okay, excellent. And now pulling the ears and squeezing on the back of the neck. Just extending all this work on the head down into the neck. Okay, so you probably know where I'm working, but I'll just revise it. It's like the bladder channel here, which is more near the spine, near the center. Moving my palms out a little bit further, gallbladder channel. Okay, get those yang channels really, really released. Stomach, which is this one here, along the front here. And actually, interesting enough, the large intestine channel runs this way and it goes across this SCM muscle too. Good. Okay, excellent. Ah, marvelous. So now all we need to do is just get that yang energy moving down through the arms, down through the feet, and we'll be done. Okay, so here we go. Let's just go back and remind ourselves of large intestine 20 again. So we're pressing into large intestine 20. Excellent. Now we can tap down the large intestine channel, moving the energy away from the head. And we can extend that to the yang channel of the arm. Okay. The other side. Oh. So we've got large intestine channel, and then generally the yang channels of the arm, which go down the outside of the arm. Okay, so now large intestine 4, remember that one? That's this one halfway along this bone here. Okay, how we activate the point is this: stand feet shoulder width apart, align ourselves, holding my hands like this, with the thumb ready to go onto that point there. The main thing is to keep the channels open into the head. So let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can connect large intestine 4 with the head. So float your head up. Visualize a connection all the way up into the head. And then gently press in, extending our Qi into the point. And what you may feel is a sensation into the wrist, up into the elbow, and then up into the shoulder. And that's the facial plane that you're connecting with, that connects with the large intestine channel. And if we just really relax a little bit more, there we go. You may feel that side of the face feels more kind of connected and activated. That's to say the side of the face that we're pressing. You got it? That's it. Okay, and shaking out. The other side, same thing, except I'm switched my hands around. I've got my thumb on this point here. Preparing is releasing, floating the head up, relaxing the elbow and the wrist and the shoulder, gently pressing in, just slightly underneath that bone there, and relaxing. Seeing if you can feel a subtle sensation up the arm, into the elbow, and then finally up through the shoulder into that side of the head. You may feel a sensation in sinuses, which is what I'm getting here, because I've got, obviously, I need some work there, and it's really activating that side of the head. Okay, excellent. And then shaking the arms out, floating the head up, checking in. Okay, so let's just remind ourselves of that feeling of the connection with kidney 1. So we're bringing our attention down into kidney 1, softening the knees, relaxing the lower burner and the middle burner and the upper burner. Okay. Feeling that sensation of being grounded into the earth, floating the head up, head nice and cleared out by all that movement of yang energy down through the body and out. Very good. Okay, really good. Nice and stable, relaxed, nicely chilled out. Open the armpits. Okay, so let's just do some of these Tai Chi breathing just to integrate everything all together before we finish up. So we are floating down and the arms are coming up, softening the knees. Breathing in, breathe out, floating up, hands come down. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, excellent. So now let's do a heaven and earth breathing. We're going to open up kidney 1. We're going to connect deep down into the earth, really deep down. Make yourself heavy. We're pushing up from kidney 1, connecting with the earth. Opening up kidney 1, sinking down. Feel that lovely connection with the yin. Feel the solidity as we go up. Again, opening up kidney 1, floating up. Okay, excellent. So now we're going to go for the yang connection. We're opening up the crown chakra, feeling that connection with the heavens. We're feeling light in the body. We're floating down from the top of the head and drawing up towards the heavens as we breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, and then just standing, feeling that balance between yin and yang, and just shaking out. Okay, it's got to be time's up. Yes, there we go. 2 minutes to go. Look at that. Okay, excellent. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the morning class, the Wednesday morning class, as much as I have. Fantastic. I like to imagine I'm in a swimming pool and doing that. That's very good for the yin, Kim. Very good for the yin. Okay, excellent. I'm going to put a heart in the chat to you all. Thank you so much. We had a lovely big class as well, 34 people attending. It's great. All these years after we started it off with COVID, who would have thought we would all be joining up all over the world to have exercises every Wednesday morning? Fantastic. Good. Yes, I'm sure I'll be fine. I can breathe so much better now already just from that large intestine 20. Okay, fantastic. It's lovely to see so many lovely comments and hearts on the chat. And thank you, Basti. It looks like you've been extremely busy. Your chat's been so active throughout the whole thing. Okay, that's it. We have to finish up, and just to remind you that we are like totally organized and planned and everything. And I go back and I can just tell you already what to look forward to next week. We've got the emotional level of the lungs. That'll be really interesting to explore. And I hope you really enjoy that session. We're going to be looking more detail at lung 2. Cool. Okay. Enjoy the autumn, and I'll see you soon. There's the clock striking. I need to finish up. Okay. Have a great week, everyone. Thanks, Basti.